Before we start off the video, I want to mention that the concept art used in this video along with the thumbnail is not leaked images. It was made by my friend Lucas and we are using it as like a similar concept of what we'd like to see. So yeah, don't go post it everywhere on Reddit and try to fake something because I don't want to see that. Hey guys, it's Chucky, and today I want to talk to you guys about Call of Duty World War II, but more specifically World War II zombies. We've seen a lot of leaks recently showing off possible cover art and just a bunch of other images, so I thought I would make a video talking about what I would like to see and what I expect from the guys over at Sledgehammer Games. But before we start the video, I want to see if we can get 1,000 likes on this video, which is the golden like button, so make sure to like it. Also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. But with that out of the way, let's get into it. I think it's really cool that Call of Duty is going back to their roots with a game like this. But that also means we're not going to see the double jump exo boost mechanic, which then translate to no exo zombies in the new Call of Duty. So if there's no exo zombies, we can only assume that we're going to have a new zombies mode similar to what we saw in World at War. This makes me really happy because the idea of using old weapons in a COD game is great. Honestly, I wanted this for so long. I've always wanted to be in that time period of like World War II and use the same guns that were used in World War II. For me, it adds a totally unique vibe and I really like that vibe. The one thing that really annoyed me about Black Ops 3 Zombies is they had a bunch of modern weapons, but they were always in the past. I know they wrote it into the story to explain it, but I really wanted to see older weapons from that time period we were playing in and be able to use them as that time period kind of thing. I just think it makes the game a little bit better. Talking about guns, I'm actually working on a video about Black Ops 3 right now and how we could actually add skins. It's a whole different type of video. It's really cool, and I'll have that up in a few days, so keep an eye out for that. But getting back to this topic of the video, the first thing I want to talk to you guys is about weapons. So I'm going to go fully into the weapons category. So I already kind of went over weapons in the statement above, but I'm going to kind of touch on it a little bit more. The thing I'm most excited for in the new Call of Duty is old weapons from that time period. Using the same weapon as the time period of the map is one of the best feelings in my opinion. Like I stated above, the one thing that really bothered me about Black Ops 3 is everything was set in the future, which means for campaign and multiplayer, they needed futuristic assets, which is cool and all, but when we think about the time period of zombies, all the guns and the assets and everything in there just didn't match up. Now yes, they wrote it into the story, but I don't really like that. I like the idea of being in World War II, where World War II tanks are there, where World War II assets are kind of there, you know? Things that were actually in that time period are being used, and I think that's what's going to make this game really cool. Because of the setting that we're already going to be placed in for the campaign, I already know something's going to be crazy with zombies, because they're going to use similar assets from the campaign, which is just going to make things so cool for zombies, because it's all going to be old assets, things that were in World War II, they're going to be using that in zombies as well, which just makes me so happy. I do want to quickly mention though, Black Ops 3 Zombies did an amazing job. They had a bunch of futuristic assets, and they were able to make it still feel very old in the time period they were sending you back in. Sometimes it was like 1948 or something, and we would feel like we'd see futuristic assets, but we wouldn't feel like it being in the future. They did a really good job of making it seem like it was in 1948. Now for location and storyline, it's a tricky subject. I usually let Milo run with this topic, but I'm giving my opinion, so I'm going to state what I think would be really cool. Obviously with a game like World War II, we're going to want to see it in that time period. It would be awful if they sent us to the future somehow and we had to prevent something, and I would not want to see that. Believe me, Sledgehammer, if you're watching this, do not send us to the future. I don't think you're going to, that'd be a bad decision, but whatever, let's get to the point. Obviously, with a game called World War II, we're going to see it in that time period. They could go into a bunch of different things during this time. If they wanted to, they can hop on a similar storyline like Treyarch and do something similar to the war, technology, secret groups, but I feel like they won't, only because of the fact that it's so similar to Treyarch and they don't want to mix fans up with storylines. If they want to, they could do something where soldiers had a bomb dropped on them, and maybe it was a different type of bomb to spread a disease, and that ended up being the zombie disease, and they have to find a cure for it, or they're looking, and they're kind of searching for something, and they're kind of just running, and so every map they're just going to another place. For a storyline, I honestly have no clue what they could do. I'm not the kind of guy to sit down and think about it forever. I mean, you guys can leave me your ideas in the comment section below if you want to. Now, I think my last point I want to make is characters. I don't want it to be a cast of celebrities. I don't mind that once in a while. I mean, Mob of the Dead, that cast was amazing. Call of the Dead, the cast was amazing. I really enjoyed that. But what happened with Infinite Warfare was kind of I didn't really like it. Obviously, you have the guy bump a card, whatever. That wasn't too appealing to me. I don't like celebrity casts when they're always used. I feel like having the characters like Tank, Richtofen, you kind of relate to them because they actually have a feel for war in a way. The characters are written for like this very serious war attitude, and obviously you can tell they're very serious, and I really like that about our characters, is they're not based off of the voice actors. And if they did something where they were rewriting the story of what happened in World War II, I think that would also be very cool, and I wouldn't mind having like other characters come into play, like big figures back then, but I don't want celebrity cast from today is what I mean. And that's pretty much all I wanted to go over in this video. If you think I missed something, let me know by leaving a comment down below. And I think I probably missed a lot, so if I do see a lot of stuff, I will make a part 2 to this video of what I would like to see.